Hello everyone, it's Armstrong here from Mad Miniatures, and today I'm gonna be converting this into this. Today I was sitting and browsing through my, kind of abandoned projects, and this is one of them. You can see that he is partially stripped and that he was drilled and everything. It is from the time before time. And I was just thinking what I can do with it. It's a lovely little car, it's really nice shaped. I like the boxiness of it. There is plenty to go for. But I started digging for my 3D parts and I found this track. It was a single track, it was quite thick, so I have to saw it in half. Yeah. But I was just thinking, why not make a half truck? Yeah, half tracked car. And then for this kind of stuff you need some bigger engine, because you have to supply extra power. So maybe just this 3D printed engine that I have. One thing, I don't like the height of it, it's a bit too big, so I'm thinking about just getting rid of the lower part, so showing that just the cylinders and the scoop is sticking off from the hood. Yeah. And then some weapons, and I found this, but like next flamethrower, kind of, sort of, maybe. Yeah. So I'm still on the defense about it. Maybe this minigun that I found yesterday would work as well. Yeah. It's just I'm thinking about something relatively simple, but that's gonna look cool at the table at the end of the day. And of course, I'm gonna use some of those as a armor plating on the side, maybe to cover the window and so on. But let's stop talking and start building, because this ain't gonna do itself. And again, this is a fairly simple build, because of I ain't gonna even be removing the back wheels, because there's no point. Yeah, the track is gonna be covering them, so why would I? There is one thing, there is this ridge, metal ridge in here, and this has to be sanded. Yeah, not massively sanded, but if I have it flat, that would be lovely. Yeah, the same on the other side. It's just for the glue to stick better. Yeah. And again, on the hood there is this ridge, and I just need to sand it, because otherwise the engine gonna be both ways, like one of those shaker trucks. Did I do it, or do I still need to do it more? And I assume it's gonna be easier to actually sand the engine than to sand this metal bit. I can still feel the ridge with my finger, and the engine still have a little bit of shake. So yeah, let's just start attaching the tracks, and after that I'm gonna be thinking what to do with the engine. Yeah, so how you can see, those two tracks are, this is slightly thinner, this is slightly thicker. Just the nature of the beast, how I cut them. I still cut quite a substantial bit from in between them. So, yay. Yeah. That's the bit that I cut out from in between those two. It was still quite thick. And I have this. Come on. And they kind of fold under the car. Yeah. Towards the wheels. And everything just fell off. Oh my goodness. I need to glue it all together. It just Like I said, it is from the time when I was thinking that disassembling the car is necessary for everything. And then I discovered that it was just extra step that most of the cars do not need. But you know, you build, you learn stuff, yeah. And to be completely honest, you know, I understand why people do make, you know, the disassembly and stripping of their cars for their videos. Just video is, because of that, have more details, is more interesting, yeah. But if you are not a restorer of those cars and you are only converting, there's no real point. And look, it's still sort of kind of rolls, so win-win. Okay, so I just gonna jump out of the video in here just to cut this into size and to make this little groove inside, so the engine ain't gonna be, you know, just moving all around. It took me a few minutes, but I managed to shorten this engine and make the groove in here. So let's just get it on the top of the hood. And you know, like, it would probably look a little bit better if it was cut, you know, the hole, if I cut the hole in it, in the hood, and then attach the engine. But to be fair, you know, the difference would be so marginal, in my opinion. It is pointless to, you know, just put yourself through so much cutting of the metal. And now the minigun. Like, this is a kind of turret mounted minigun, I guess, but it's too low. So let's just grab a spacer made out of bit of plastic card and just lift it up and see how it's gonna look. Like, I want it to be placed on the side, and it feels a little bit better, not massively, because it still holds, touches the it actually touches it no matter what I'm gonna do. I would need about 3 mils, and that's gonna just look bad. So yep, let's just mount it like that and ignore the fact that it isn't fitting. Yeah, so since this turret mounted, it can be directed in any direction. And I'm just thinking, you know, for the game rules, the unfortunate thing is this, that, you know, although I built a ton of cards for the game, I didn't actually manage to play with anyone yet. I enjoyed the building process, but my gaming club, well, gaming store that was in the area got closed just like 6 months before pandemic. And you know yourself, I would have to travel to a farther places, and I don't have a car and driving license, so I'm stuck building the cars. And, you know, maybe playing with my wife whenever I have a chance. Alright, so I have 2 small bits of armor that I just cut from this kind of sheet. And, you know, just maybe I'm gonna use it as a cover for the wheel wells. Maybe it's enough. Yep, this actually looks nice as some sort of a skirt. Yeah. And come on, stick in here. Awesome. Yay. Now more armor. I have piece of plastic card, some piece of the netting, not netting, the metal mesh, And since I don't have a big enough one to cover the entire thing, I'm just gonna slap this one, maybe this way around, just to cover the part of the back window. Well, actually almost all. But it's gonna look like something, grabbed from a junkyard again. It isn't cut to size, it's just, put on. What next? A passenger side window? I think so. It's too big and it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna just maybe shorten it a little bit because it's gonna be harder to glue. Like a couple of mils. Yep. So again, poor passengers, they have no right to look through the windows. That's okay. And I'm just wondering what else do I have in here that I could throw on top of that car. I'm just digging through the pile of spare bits around. This small rocket launcher. Like, I always avoid having double weapons for some reason, but why not? Just, door mounted rocket launcher. Since I already have it 3D printed. Okay. And what else? Like, I just noticed the jet engine, but then it's gonna be next one of my jet powered trucks. But yeah, I found as well this is a smoke flare launcher for Warhammer 40,000. I think it was Chaos Rhino. But if I cut out this bit that's supposed to be mounted on and put it like upwards, it could be flare launcher for that. And I know that there is no weapon called flare launcher, yeah, but it could work as some sort of a smoke launcher, something to obstruct from the view. Because like previous couple of builds, they was quite simple. I want to make this one look busy. So come on. Yeah, so I have this in here. And do I really want anything else? I have one window cover, the back window cover, front window gonna be painted, and the driver's side window, which I really don't want to leave open. If I leave it open, I'm gonna probably regret it. So I have this bit of plastic art, just the paper thin one, and just gonna put super glue and cover it just with sheet metal in this case, because that's what it's gonna be representing. And yeah, that's it. Now it's time for black bombing, so I'll be right back. Now that I have the car black bombed, I can start with a metallic dry brushing. So what I want to dry brush? I want to dry brush all of the little armor bits that I put on. So here, here, the window mesh, and then the diamond plating in the window engine, basically everything that I glue into the car. I just want to add this metallic, very heavy dry brushing, but I still want some stuff to stay in the shadows. Let's see here, and of course rocket launcher. You can actually see, if you are paying attention, some of the layer lines from 3D printing on this rocket launcher. That's because it was printed on one of my very old printers, on my oldest printer that I own, which is called Spark Maker, costing 99, I think right now, $99, 99 euro. In my opinion, resin 3D printer is a very good buy, and all of the messiness that people are mentioning about when they are talking about resin 3D printers, it really depends on you. If you are a messy person, you're gonna have a ton of mess. If you are not very messy, it ain't gonna be that messy. And I'm always saying that I'm a messy guy, yeah? But to be completely honest, when it comes to the 3D printer and all of the post-processing of the print, I'm actually very good. I don't make that much mess around it. And post-processing take me only about 10-ish minutes altogether. So yeah, don't get this way by people saying that resin 3D printing is messy and hard and whatever. It isn't. Like, I have at the beginning maybe 3 fails, which I resolved by basically learning the printer. All of those fails was my fault, not the printer's fault. And when I got the second one, I already knew what I'm doing. So I rarely get any fails on that one. And now, I found this lovely, it's called Rust, I think, paint from Model R Vallejo. I was just wondering how would the entire car, painted in this color look. So that's what we're gonna see today, as I decided that this car gonna be painted in Vallejo color Rust. It is metallic color, slightly metallic, well, not slightly, quite metallic. Now with this I want a nice even layer, as much even as I can achieve, but I ain't gonna be complaining about any splotches and everything. And I know that I should be painting first the body and then the other stuff, because you always paint and sculpt as you would be dressing yourself, that's what they say. So first you have your muscles, then skin, then whatever else. But I already said that I'm impatient, so I tend to start from muscles and armor when it comes to scoping. And the same happens when I'm painting. I want something to be painted, so I paint it, and then I struggle to get my brush under it to paint the rest of the stuff. But I like how this one is turning around. It's getting very nice and bronze color. So it doesn't really look rusted, but I'm happy about that. Now just clean it up, pick up some of this metallic and just cover whenever I did some screw ups. I think that I have a little bit at the bottom of the minigun. Yeah. And some in here and here. Alright, so this is done. Now I need to grab hair dryer, dry it, and then apply some weathering. So I'll be right back. And today my colors of choice for the weathering are beige, wood, and red. Why red? Because I was thinking Arizona desert, and I'm not from US, so I'm taking this color as I seen it in computer games, yeah. So a little bit of red, a little bit of brown, a little bit of beige. Yeah. Of course, track's gonna be dirty all over. The front gonna need some extra, and then the hood. Like for the first time, like I was thinking this time around, maybe add some, what do you call it? Maybe add a ram to this one, yeah. But I did a ram in a previous build, so sometimes you just have to go for a little bit less. Alright, and now I have this brush, and just with the tip I'm gonna be adding a little bit of red into this smoke launchers, and I don't think that the rocket launcher would be a great recipient for that, but I try. Okay, it worked, barely, but it did. So now my set of regal blue and ice blue for the window, because we have exposed glass on the front window, and you can see that I don't even change the brush, just wash it and hope for the best. It's quite big, so just a nice quick go over it, and then ice blue as a highlight. Like I said, I don't like to wait for that. I just gonna be using some ice blue in the maybe this time around in the driver's side of the car, and clean it off. Oh my goodness, I just have a little bit going on the. All right, and a little bit of blending it together. Yeah, I think that that's good enough. And now again, hair dryer, and then just a little bit of Nuln oil to close it all together. As you may know, my definition of a little bit of Nuln oil is a atrocious amount of Nuln oil. So yeah, I'm gonna just try to avoid the window, the front window, but then everything else can get this dark filter of Nuln Oil. It's gonna what do you call it, darken the weathering, make it more subdued. It's definitely gonna fix the tracks a little bit. Come on, I want more of you here. And, you know, some places you want Nuln Oil, but like in here on the boot, I don't really want that blob in there, so I want to move it here. And then, yeah, I'm pretty much happy with that one. So, like always, I'm gonna dry it and then throw it on the spin table. And here we have it, a old country road warrior with a lot of character. Like, I really like all of the extra gadgets that I throw on him. It works for this car. This car, just the shape of it is so good for conversions. It just lends itself to conversions very well. And even my, you know, very basic wet blending did turn out quite good. So yeah, this is it for today. So if you like, you know, like, share, subscribe, you know, comment. Yeah, I really love to chat with people in the comments section. And you know, this is it for today. So have a lovely day and see you tomorrow. Take care.